Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Oxnard Live. I'm your host, Daniel Chavez Jr. Well, we're in mid-November. The year is practically over, and what a better way to come to the end of 2021 than to have the first, which I believe to be the many of future Oxnard Peace Ride events. So tonight we're going to be joined by the team that's behind the Oxnard Peace Ride, Chris Hernandez and Jose Madrigal. I'm not even going to try to do a long introduction. We'll just have them come on and then let's get started in that conversation because I know you definitely want to know what the Oxnard Peace Ride is all about. Chris, Jose, welcome.
Thank you, Daniel. Thanks for having us on, man. This is a great opportunity to get our information and message across with this event.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the Oxnard Peace Ride. Where did the concept come from? And again, this is the first time that Oxnard Peace Ride is a thing. So this is going to be the real test of its first event.
My guy Jose, he's actually very in tune with what goes on in the community, and we do a lot of events together as well. He's a great supporter of the things that I do. So, he came up to me and he was just going on about all the shootings and all the violence that's been going on in Oxnard, this year, and of course we expect it every year, unfortunately. And he just came up with an event where he has his ear to the street, like I said. So he knows a lot of the kids that go out there and bike ride, and you see them every day now. And I guarantee you that every single day, if you pay attention, you will see one of those young riders out there. So with that event, that incident with I think it was early April with 16-year-old Pedro Valdez off of Pleasant Valley and Ventura Road, where it was a fatal hit and run accident, or fatal hit and run incident, and a few other kids got hurt. So that kind of was you would say, the last straw. So with that event happening, we both came together and we just got to talking about an event where we can combine something positive, get a good message across, and still highlight those who are doing positive things like bike riding. Jose, if you want to go ahead and explain, just your side of where you come from. And
sorry about that. I keep getting cut off, so I didn't hear much of what you were talking about, but I'll just try to improvise and just give my feedback. Or I got cut off pretty bad. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. My name's Jose and Madrigal. The idea that came to do this, first we wanted to do like a peace march and march around the street and bring peace to the streets. But then I was talking to Chris and talking to the police department, finding out that would be a lot of chaos and bring a lot more work for the Oxnard PD. Chris came up with the idea of doing a peace ride inside the Oxnard College Park to keep it safe for the riders and everybody that would be involved. So that's where we stand. That's where we agreed to. And every day that we would see like a new shooting or a new crime or a new stabbing, we're like, hey, we got to get this going. We really need to talk about peace in Oxnard and bring peace to our community, especially how people would always talk about our city, like from different cities, talk about, oh, they had to be in Oxnard or whatnot. And I'm proud to be from Oxnard. Oxnard is beautiful. We have a lot of beautiful people. We have a lot of beautiful areas and a lot of nice things to come visit in Oxnard. And we're crime on my head.
So we're having a little technical issues with Jose's
like that.
connection.
You know, there's a lot of Chris meet up with on a daily basis doing this peace ride, but bring a lot out. Can you hear me now?
So we're having a little bit of a technical issues with Jose's connection. But the essence of what he's trying to say is that, you know, he's proud to be Oxnard. I'm proud to be an Oxnardian. I was born and raised here. So I always dislike when people try to trash my city or say bad things only occur in Oxnard, but actually Oxnard has a great history and culture, and anybody can agree with that. Oxnard is where it happens. We are the largest city in Ventura County, and you know we have a lot of great people that contribute a lot to our community. So I want to talk about the Oxnard Peace Ride and how it goes, and Jose will be in and out based off of his connection. But Chris, tell me, what is the goal to try to accomplish with the Oxnard Peace Ride? What is it essentially that you're trying to promote, that you're trying to convey to the community through this ride?
Well, I mean, it's a combination of things, really. You know, we do want to bring awareness to what's going on in the streets, and you know, just put it into the eyes of the city officials, those who are being affected by it, and really tie all these things together in a way where we can provide some sort of outreach opportunity and have a way for everybody to take home something positive. So, you know, I want to highlight these crews out here because it's a growing number of fixie bike riders out there. So they're doing something positive, but at the same time, they are being a little bit reckless with it. So I wanted to create an event where we can get them all together, give out this message as to, hey, we see you guys, we like what you're doing, but there's a way to be a little bit safer, especially now that, you know, fatalities have been going on. Not only Pedro's story, but I mean, everybody's story. There was earlier this year, you know, here in the Five Points neighborhood, there was a fatality there at the Five Points intersection with a semi and an older gentleman. So to have all these things come together and bring these kids who are being troubled either through gangs or, you know, doing something out in the streets versus something positive. I wanted to provide an event that can provide opportunities for these kids, because there's a lot of information that goes around Oxnard, a lot of great organizations that are out there, but for some reason, it just does not get into the hands and the ears of these people that are being affected in a negative way through you know, disadvantages that they have in their communities and in their areas, in their neighborhoods. So this isn't just a bike ride, you know, just to provide a little bit more info to, we're going to have booths from different organizations that are going to provide employment opportunities, outreach opportunities. So we're going to have, you know, the people from Options for Youth, the charter school. The representative, Alexis, got in touch with me because she heard about the event. So we're going to have them provide a booth that can, and they work with kids who are, have had a bad experience through traditional schooling, or who are just troubled and have dropped out. And this school provides opportunity for them to get their GED, to continue their education in a different way, in an alternative way. So just organizations like that, to have all these kids there together, these families, and let them know, hey, we have these opportunities for you. We have these options right here in front of your face. And at the same time, giving things back to the community. So we're going to have a turkey giveaway. And really what the message is, at the end of the day, when they go home the next day or the day after, and they're getting ready to roll out with their homies or do something like that, they can, you know, stop and think, hopefully, and just think about the event that just went on. And hopefully they either have a business card or some type of information to where they can call somebody and say, you know what, I'm going to sign up for this program that I seen at the event. You know, it's just, a lot of things. So that's the goal there, is just for them to bring awareness, to put some sort of, you know, put something on the kids as to where we can hold them accountable. So in other words, we like to say, I want to put them on blast and get their, you know, their verbal, you know, their commitment towards doing better out there in the streets. So now when they ride around in the streets with their Oxnard Fixie Crew logo or the Goonies Ride logo, whatever the crew they're riding for, they're gonna know that the community's watching them and that they promised that they would be safer, do more positive things in the community, and hopefully that'll stop them from going on the opposite side of the road. It'll stop them from, you know, just taking over the collection. So, you know, maybe they'll pick up a helmet and wear it sometime. So,
and that's a big thing. You know, school has been back in session in person this year. And I drop off my daughter every morning for school. I'm on my way back home. I see about 6, 8 young kids riding their bikes. I think that's great. Awesome. But at the same time, I've also encountered a few of them doing things extremely dangerous. If cars are stopped because they're about to make a right turn, now they're zooming around, going into opposing traffic and the other way. So I'm glad that there's going to be some type of informational aspect to this ride as well, not just let's just ride around all day and, you know, there's nothing about it. But I do want to share real quick the flyer that's going to be for the event. The Oxnard Peace Ride flyer. Again, this is going to be this Saturday, November 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's encouraged for everybody to register prior to the event, but you can register while you're there. On the bottom, you see a number of local organizations and businesses that are participating in this event, that are definitely making a difference in the community. Just to name a few, we see the Port, who has always been a huge partner with the cities of Port Hueneme, the cities of Oxnard. We see LULAC, we see Leona, we see Wheelhouse Dispensary. If we all recall, I believe it was the beginning of this year, they donated a utility truck to Marvin Booz, who is a huge fanatic when it comes to keeping our community beautiful, cleaning up medians and parkways through our city of Oxnard, who he's been doing that for, I believe, nearly 15 years, doing that countywide. We've seen Chogon Bakery. So just a lot of organizations that are all participating and that are going to be at this event. Now, Chris, you mentioned that there's going to be a safety component. And I'm assuming the Oxnard Police Department's traffic unit or somebody representative is going to be there to be able to pass out information, to be able to educate people on bike safety and in a way to be able to keep everyone safe, right?
You know, OPD will be present in and out of the event, but we decided to actually go with a known member within the biking community. His name is Paul Luna. He's one of the founders of the Goonies Ride. So they're more of the older generation, and he's got a son that's in the Oxnard Fixie Crew. And he's done such a great job in mentoring these kids and having them stay positive and building this, you know, brotherhood within the kids. Especially because they all suffered, you know, through that accident with Pedro. So he's an experienced rider. He's not only done just the peace rides, you know, unofficially, but he's done, you know, professional rides. So he's very experienced at what he does, and he just knows how to get in touch with these kids, and he's got them all behind him. So, you know, I would have loved to have OPD, but you know, unfortunately they're too busy, especially on a Saturday, and two, it's just you know, something that I wanted to keep within the biking community as well. So
awesome, and it looks like Jose might have a better connection this time. I don't know, Jose, you want to add anything else over the conversation that we've been having?
Yeah, like Chris and yourself were saying, it's not just, oh, we're gonna meet up and just ride around like crazy. No, it's about talking to the youth, telling them how to stay safe and how to follow rules and listen to the rules and how to be street safe when they're on the road. And that's like the main thing that it's our concern. Like, we can't just, say, oh, they're getting hit by the cars or whatnot. The cars are not looking out for them. No, they got to do their part too. Because like you said, I've driven through the collection and I had a guys almost hit my car, and I see my wife get a little upset. She's like, hey, he almost hit us. And I'll just tell them like, hey, be careful. And then with this going on now, it's like a perfect opportunity to talk to them about, they got to be safe. They got to be safe out there. We only get one life, man. You can't be risking it out there just because you want to do a trick in front of a car. And that's like the main thing that we want to talk to them about. It's like, we got to be safe and we got to follow rules. Just like when I drive my car, I can't just go on the opposite side of the road. We got to follow rules. So it's one of the main things that we want to focus on, safety, because my background and my previous jobs is I'm a safety coordinator, safety manager. So my number one key is always safety. And like I tell my coworkers or my guys that work for me, is the way you come home to work is the way I want you guys to go back home. And it's the same thing with riding the bike. The way you go out on your bike is the same way you expect it to be back to your mom's house. And I think safety is the main concern. And we'll talk about, other things and other subjects about keeping Oxnard safe, staying off of gangs, and, all the positive things and that'll be there for them to offer to them jobs. Myself, I'll be out there trying to give my company's hiring. We'll be out there trying to provide, information where to log in to fill out an application and get them on the right path. Tell them to stay focused and education is a key to life, and to stay positive. And as much as they like riding their bikes, but they can ride to college. You know what I mean? And when they go to college, you got to ride your bike a lot in college, so they can do a lot of that there. So we focus on them to go to college and to stay focused on in a great life, in a life without getting in trouble.
Absolutely. And I'll just say, if you don't have a bike, public transit is also a great option, not just because I'm a transportation commissioner, but I thought I would just plug that in, that transportation is great.
Hey, and speaking of not having a bike, if you don't have a bike, we will have bike rentals there on the day of. All proceeds of that will be going to the family of Pedro Valdez. We're still trying to raise funds for that family. And then just pay tribute to what Pedro really started, honestly. This kid, 16-year-old, his vision was on a whole nother level. He took this Oxnard Pixie crew, he was one of the founders, and he just always kept preaching positivity within the group, which is one of the things that I believe, rubbed off on them. As much as people don't really see it, there's hundreds of members of the kids, but it's really a concept and a thing they carry with them, and which is why they chose to join the event and really give me and Jose and Mr. Gomez of La Quech their ear and their presence. So
and it's worth noting that Mr. Gomez, who has been part of the community for a number of years, doing great outreach for our youth, teaching them music, how to play instruments. He is part of the Oxnard Peace Ride. He couldn't be with us this evening, but we also want to just recognize him for all his hard work and his efforts to continue to support our youth and our community in any way possible. I want to take this opportunity to share the website. On the screen is the website, oxnardpeaceride.com. It's better if you go through a Google account in order to access the website. That way it automatically comes up. You'll see the home page, Oxnard Peace Ride, a ride for peace in the streets and bicycle safety awareness. So there's a lot more towards it. You'll scroll down to it. The location is at College Park, right here in beautiful South Oxnard is where it's going to take place, just on the other side of Oxnard College. This is typically where the Oxnard Strawberry Festival takes place this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. register to ride. Again, you can either register online or register at the event. And, again, because it's such a huge thing about safety. And as Jose just mentioned, that's his whole job, is about safety. So if you're under the age of 18, please be responsible, wear a helmet while you're out there. Donations are an option if you want to be able to donate and be able to assist. It's a little hard, but this is pretty much what the map looks like, of the bike path that they're going to be taking. It's all enclosed. You're not actually going onto the streets. This is all within the college park. Just keep everyone safe. So Chris or Jose, discuss a little bit about these different colors. There's a lot of colors, there's a lot of dots. Tell us a little about what's going on through this map.
So just the key point, if anybody wants to check it out, if you hover your mouse over the left side, at the top corner, there's a legend, or you can click on that. It'll give you what everything is, barricades. So this was just a map that I built for the permit process, to assist the planning division and Parks and Recs and Public Works with the mapping of the event. But towards the top left, that's going to be public parking in the red. So if you go down a little bit, you'll notice the black line there, and that's going to be the bike route. The start of the bike route starts at the picnic area. And then it goes out towards the left, and then it splits up into 2 lanes. The green lane is going to be the stunt lane for all the kids that want to go fast and do their stunts. It's going to be opened up towards in the parking area, in the actual lot. The blue lane on the bottom right is going to be the slow lane for the kids, families who want to cruise around. That's going to hug the fence of the soccer field. So if you follow it down to the bottom, the lanes join back up at the front, where the restrooms are, and then it just continues on again through, over the bridge. We're gonna actually, Friday we're going out with open door studio, and we're gonna take the time to color, paint the bike lane, the bike route. We're gonna have chalk and paint. All the supplies are gonna be there. Now this yellow square at the bottom, that's going to be the parking for the lowriders. We're going to have lowrider cars, lowrider bikes. That's a group of individuals that I wanted to target because, they're usually kids that are, out in the streets and in the scene of what's going on. So, I wanted to get in touch with them and just have them be a part of the group as well, because I feel that we can, do some outreach to those people as well, that group of people. Now, the bottom lane there, that's going to be for security guard parking, OPD. This red lane in the bottom is going to be an emergency access lane. So that's all going to be blocked off. The whole lane, all the parking there is going to be blocked off. The orange spots that you see everywhere, those are all going to be cones, just the barricades. We're going to have people guiding the route as well. And if you notice at the top, you'll see water bottles. We're going to have water stations. So for those who, can't do a monetary contribution, we're asking people to donate bikes, helmets, lights, waters for the event. Throw your label on there. It's free of charge. We're not charging for the event as well. And if you can actually zoom in at the bottom left a little bit towards the picnic area, to the left, there you go. So that's where the actual, registration of the bikes is going to be there at the bottom. We're going to have the booths lined up of different organizations. We're going to have Tacos La Bonita there, who's going to be providing tacos. We're going to have DJ Rebirth. He's going to be playing some music. We're looking to provide, different games. And after the performances, we're going to have performances, actually cultural dances. There's going to be a singer, Juan D, I'm sorry. And then around 3:00, we will have the stunt competition, the skidding competition, just different games that these kids, do on their own. And that's when we're going to be giving out, prizes, turkeys, So if you actually sign up for the event and register, you automatically get an entry ticket to get a free turkey. We're going to give away free turkeys. Big shout out to Adam from the Port of Hueneme and Miguel. They have been great at, just communicating with me, offering help, whatever I need. So, they're going to be providing over 40 turkeys. So it's going to be a great event.
Now, everybody that's participating in the event, they're going to be entering off of Raiders Way, which is just south of Channel Islands Boulevard, right? There's no other entry for parking. This is going to be the only entry point for the parking, correct? Because everything else is for security, correct. Law enforcement.
Yeah, and there's going to be multiple events that day. That day, our College Park is going to be active. It's going to be busy. There's going to be soccer games. There's going to be the meetup cleanup event going on that same day. We're going to go ahead. We're going to have people guiding and directing the traffic at the beginning of the entrance there at Raiders Way, and actually. I believe we're gonna have the entrance as well, passing Raiders Way a little bit, right in front of the skate park. Not Gary, or is it the same one? Is it Raiders?
Skate park's right here.
Yeah, so the skate
that's
park.
Gary.
No, not Gary. Go a little bit up.
Oh, right. There's that. Yeah, that small driveway.
Yes, so that's gonna be open. Now, parking for the event for the Oxnard Peace Ride is gonna be to the left. We're gonna leave some of the parking opened up for the soccer players and whatnot. So, generally, I don't expect a lot of people to come on their cars, to tell you the truth. But if you do come in your vehicle and you have your bicycle with you, you can go ahead and park there at the top left. So, the other thing is that's clothing by that's a 16-year-old kid named Matthew, who is creating shirts for the event. So if you guys click on his information, you can get in contact with him and get an Oxnard Peace Ride shirt from him. So we're also going to be having Paletero Man. We're going to have 4 Paletero cards. And this is Mr. Isaac from Fruity Fresca. If you guys remember a post not too long ago where I believe Sal Mendoza made a post about him not being able to, walk around and sell his ice cream, and OPD went over there and bought a whole bunch of ice cream, and just the whole community came together for that. So I wanted to invite him and his company to the event. So they're going to be providing ice cream for everybody as well.
That is absolutely awesome. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Oxnard, the team behind Oxnard Peace Ride, Chris Hernandez, Jose Madrigal, and unable to join us this evening, Javier Gomez, Avec Lectech, who's been part of the community for a number of years. This is the website that we're looking at right now, oxnardpeaceride.com. Again, it's easy if you go through a Google account to be able to access the website. Again, it is recommended to register prior to the event, but you can register at the event that day, this Saturday. I just wanted to take a quick look at all these sponsors. We have in Lectech, Oxnard Peace Officers Association, Clínicas de Camino Real, Wheelhouse, Catalyst, HPC, Taco La Bonita, so many, Twin Boxing right there, LULAC, so many different organizations and sponsors that are, trying to really support the Oxnard community. But there's also a safety survey that the public is encouraged to take. Chris, tell us a little bit about this safety survey, because this isn't the organization's safety survey. This is actually another safety survey.
That was a survey I had created prior to getting in touch with Amanda from the Ventura County Transportation Commission. And that's just something I, created myself just to gather this data. And I, either approach, public transportation with it, or Steve Howlett from Public Works, and just to help out all around, because what we can do with this data, and especially the contribution and the contribution from the kids, the participation from the kids that are actually riding out there on a daily basis would do so many wonders with grants, with bettering the community all around with transportation. Now, I do have plans of adding the Ventura County Transportation Commission survey, because that one just blew my mind. You know, if that one you can actually access right now at the Instagram account Oxnard Peace Ride. It's on the bio. And if you have trouble signing in and registering for the Oxnard Peace Ride, you can go to my Instagram, Chris for Oxnard, and you can go to the bio there and click on the link that's going to register you directly versus going through the website. But I mean, if you guys check out the Ventura County Transportation Commission survey, you've got these little tablets where you can actually, you know, they ask you, you know, what would you add, or where would you add a bus stop? You click on that link and it takes you to the Google Maps, and you can actually input your bus stop or highlight an area where you feel needs fixing and work. So that one right there is going to be key for everybody. So
and I don't want to, again, cheap shot to promote it, but public transportation in Ventura County is extremely important, and VCTC is the agency that is responsible for distributing those funds to all the local agencies. They are responsible for a lot of things: the highways, the streets, the unincorporated area that the cities aren't responsible for, bike paths, walk paths. VCTC contributes a lot. This is their website right now. You go ventura.org, ventura.org. You can check out their website, check out things that are occurring. They have the bike tab right here. Click on bike, which is under get around bike. Explore their bike page. They have listed every bike path that's available throughout the county and the different classes. I did not realize that there are different classes of bike paths. They kind of give you a breakdown as to the different classes. We have 4 different classes in Ventura County of bike paths, and it just gives you a lot of good information. Which agencies take bikes, that have bike racks. You can get more information from, you know, anyone. Some safety tips. You can also download some of that stuff as well. So it's a great partnership that you're doing, working with VCTC. Again, they are the county's transportation agency. They're the ones that oversee a lot of the funding. So Chris, Jose, final words for tonight. We had a lot of talk about safety, about, you know, what the goal of the Oxnard Peace Ride is to do, which is, the hope is for it to be an annual event. I would actually prefer that it would be twice a year to be able to have, just because it is such a very important thing, and we are seeing a lot more kids, families out on their bikes. You know, we're coming out of the tail end of a pandemic that really locked us all down, and we're always trying to find ways to just break out and do something fun. So final words, Chris, we'll start with you for your final words, and then we'll go to Jose for his final words, and then we'll wrap that up.
Final words is just, you know, we value everybody out there doing something positive, and hopefully with this event we can continue giving that forward and create a hub of information towards where we can continue, you know, progressing within the youth, within the city residents, just with information and help all around. So I just encourage everybody to come out. It's a free event. It's a bike ride. It's something that mostly everybody can relate to, and having that just peaceful, you know, peace in your mind while you're riding a bike is just a little bit different than just, you know, locking yourself up in the room when you want to take your stress away. And this is something that's healthy for everybody. So please just join the event. You know, just come out with your families. It's going to be a safe, fun event. And lastly, I just really want to thank my wife because she is my biggest supporter and one of the reasons why I keep going, and my kids. And, you know, I couldn't have done it without her, honestly. So.
Absolutely. We always have to recognize our significant others. Otherwise, we'll hear about it later on. Jose, final words.
Well, the only thing I got to add to that is make sure a lot of the parents that are watching this come out and support their kids. Because a lot of them, I see them complaining and talking bad about bike riders. But when there's things to do to learn more about the safety, learn about what their kids are doing or what their kids can grow into being, they don't step up. So I would appreciate if any parents or anybody watching this encourage their parents, uncles, aunts to come out and see what we're trying to put out there. We're trying to make Oxnard become one city, one love, you know, and I would put that just as simple as that, one love, and that we can all get along, bike riders and car drivers and everybody around, just be peaceful, get along, and just in general, 805, everybody stop the violence, stop the crime, and just become one city of love. And I'll just put it as one love. That's what we need in our city, just one love. And just as Chris said himself, I got to thank my wife and my kids, because sometimes they get frustrated when me and Chris are out there doing stuff, and sometimes the wifey and the kids have to stay home, but they understand. So we're out there to make a better Oxnard for our kids and for our kids' kids, and just make it a safe place where you could just be out there without worrying about getting hurt, and just enjoy beautiful Oxnard, enjoy the ocean breeze, and all the great smells of all the onions and vegetables and strawberries that we have out here. Just enjoy it. Because when I go out of town, I go somewhere to town, I'm from Oxnard, they're like, oh, isn't it where they have all the vegetables and strawberries? And they just love talking about everything that we grow over here. So just keep it up. Just that's our goal. Just one love. Oxnard, one love. Thank you, guys.
I think we have sometimes different experiences, because when I tell people I'm from Oxnard, the reaction I normally get is like, oh, and I'm like, it's not bad. I was born and raised there. It is a great city. We have our challenges like every other city, but it is actually a great city. I always get asked, do you ever plan on leaving? As far as I'm aware, I don't plan on leaving Oxnard. This is my home. It has been my home my entire life. I am second generation Oxnardian and proud of it. People say, what could you be proud of? I'm proud of my people. The people in the city of Oxnard, they work hard. We make a lot of sacrifices, from those that work in the fields to those that work in education and law enforcement, that works in service jobs. There is a lot of hardworking people just trying to make better lives for their families. So that is where I have my pride at. And I will always be proud of my city, regardless of what anybody thinks of it. Oxnard is not what it used to be. We are better. And we are growing even more, but we just need to handle the violence in our communities. It is not something, everybody's affected by it. And I'm hoping that this ride really shines that light, that there are outlets than taking the path of violence, of taking the path of crime. There are outlets to be able to do better. Chris mentioned it. It's easier to go for a bike ride than just to lock yourself in the room and shut everyone out. It is, like Jose said, it is easy to coexist with bicyclists on the road, even though sometimes that one bicyclist could be like, would you just ride faster? Remember, people, they're on a bike. It's their own power. They're not a car. They can't go 40 miles an hour. Although I do see some bikes go pretty fast. But either way, though, great work, guys. I appreciate it. I will be trying to make my way out there. Again, ladies and gentlemen, visit the website, oxnardpeaceride.com. It is a great event that is going to be able to help the community, bring awareness for bike safety, just a great outlet. Again, it's going to be this Saturday, November 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It would be ideal to enter off of Raiders Way to get access to the parking lot. And then towards the middle near the skate park, that's where you can register if you don't already register online. Thank you both again for joining me this evening. And I look forward again to trying to make it out there that night. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Oxnard Live. I'm your host, Daniel Chavez Jr. Tonight, I was joined by the team of Oxnard Peace Ride, Chris Hernandez and Jose Madrigal, and another member who wasn't able to join us this evening, Javier Gomez. Be sure to join us next month, December 1st, as we have Oxnard Superintendent Dr. Aguilera Fort join us and talk to us about what exactly is going on in our schools since we returned back to in person. Since this is going to be our last show in November, I want to wish everyone a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. Please, around the holiday time is a time where depression tends to run high. Reach out to the multiple organizations that are throughout our county, throughout our city, or even reaching out to a friend. Do not suffer alone. There are people out there to help you. Please be sure to reach out. Be sure to visit our website at oxnardlive.net for past episodes and upcoming shows. Follow our Facebook, our Instagram, and YouTube so that you're always stay connected. Oxnard Live, all live,